Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeanne, Agius, your self-care coach. This is the channel dedicated to prioritizing self-care in every aspect of our lives so that we feel and be the best version of ourselves. And I'm the owner of Self-Care Journey. I'm also a health and wellness coach, mom of two, happily married, and also I work full-time. And so in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about work-life balance. And I have had quite a experience last year, and I share some insights on mom productivity in this video right over here, which if you guys haven't seen yet, check it out. But I wanted to add some things to it and share how I create a little bit of work-life balance. I get messages and I work with people to kind of also create that time management, because I often hear people talk about how they don't have time to exercise or they don't have time to eat well. There's other things that we can do to kind of create more time that we can look at. And so I want to talk about a couple of things here that could really add more time back into your schedule. And if this is something you're interested in, then keep on watching. Alright, so my situation is a little bit different. I am currently on mat leave right now with two little ones, but I'm also juggling two of them close in age, having them home with me 24/7, and also there are a couple of passion projects that I'm working on with a couple of deadlines, and also the housework home life. Like, I don't have to tell you guys, mom life is definitely busy. But there are a few things that we can implement into our life to help us make our time that we do have a little bit more efficient, a little bit more effective. So we're creating healthier meals for ourselves and not have to be so strapped for time so that we are kind of stuck in the corner without any choices, because there are always choices, but we just need to plan ahead and be a little bit more strategic. So the first tip that I have for you is to learn to say no to things. And I say this as my number one because it's probably the hardest thing I have to learn, because I'm a yes girl. I say yes to a lot of things and I like it. I don't say yes because I have to. I say yes because I want to be there for lots of people, and I want to show up and be there and be a part of all the milestones. And with what's happening right now and us having a little bit more home time, I realized how much I needed that time. And with having more time at home to work on the things I needed to work on and not kind of fitting into or sometimes three things in one day has made it easier for me to do the things that I need to do. It's created more time for me. So I would say that saying no to more things and not having to say yes to everything, to let yourself know that it's okay and that your friends will understand, and that you don't have to people please, you don't have to overthink things. If it is not something that can fit in your schedule for whatever reason it may be, that it's okay to say no. My second one might not be a favorite to many people depending on where you're coming from, but I've heard people talk about how they're all Netflix out, or they are all out of like TV shows to watch. And for me, one of the biggest things that I had to reduce is my TV time. And I used to be the girl before who would watch a million and one shows. Like, I was the girl that watched everything, and I wanted to be part of conversations and always talk about like the latest shows, the latest episodes, and so we can catch each other up. But I have to say, since entering motherhood, I would have to say that TV is probably the one thing that I kind of gave up. And not entirely, but I definitely leave more space for it at the end of the night, where maybe I'm unwinding a little bit and I'm wanting to indulge and catch up on a show. And my husband and I would kind of like pick something that we're both watching together. But I would have to say that limiting the amount of TV, I'm able to get so much more things done, and I'm able to really be intentional with the time that I do have when my son does go for a nap, or when my daughter, an activity that she's working on, then I can jump on and do maybe some meal prepping. Maybe I can do some of my, filming, for example, or just really gives me more time back. My third tip I might have mentioned to you guys before, but I have been using my phone a lot less, and I don't really sleep with my phone anymore. I don't use it when I first wake up in the morning. I keep it away from me. Sometimes I only use it if I need to look up a recipe or I need to find a song, but other than that, I try not to get trapped in like the social media vortex, and I find myself like almost like a zombie when I get into that app, and I just start scrolling and I start looking and reading, and it gets me very distracted. And so I try not to be on my phone when I'm with my kids. I try not to be on the phone when I first wake up, and I find that I save a lot of time just doing that alone. And same with, and this is also one that I've had to really work through myself, and that is to just let it go. That's right, not the song, but to let it go, that you're not going for perfection here. And that's really a theme for me this weekend, that it really is just progress, and that you don't have to have things perfect all the time. You don't have to have your house spotless all the time. And that one was really hard for me, because I have this thing where I would put all the toys back into their original spot just for it to be like shuffled out all over again by my kids. And just something about having a tidy home makes me have more organized thoughts, and I'm a lot more productive when the house is neat and tidy. But sometimes I'm always striving for that, like, you know, 100% clean house, and it's kind of hard with 2 little ones, and I had to learn to let that go. I have to really learn to let things go and not be striving for perfection. And I could be a little bit of a perfectionist sometimes, and I think with having that said, I think sometimes we end up in analysis paralysis, where we're doing it so much that we're probably wasting too much energy trying to do something that might not have an effective outcome. And I could clean the house all day, and at the end of the day, in an hour, it would probably all unravel anyway. So instead of, you know, doing that and cleaning it, you know, kind of wait till the end of the day and clean up the toys then, when I know that my kids are not playing with it. My tip number 5 is to set healthy boundaries. And what I mean by that is to set healthy boundaries with yourself, so that you can ask for help and certain things that you need without feeling guilty. What I mean by that is I have coaching labs and demonstrations and sessions throughout the week that I need to be a part of, and of course I try to set these at an appropriate time. Therefore, I ask that during this time, maybe half an hour or so, to not be interrupted. And that is a boundary that I set, so that he knows that when the door is closed in the office or the bedroom, that I'm in a session, you know, be with the kids. And that's something that I really had to learn to kind of be more vocal about. I know that mom guilt is totally real, and we think that, you know, all our time should be spent with the kids, but really it's a healthy balance. I really truly believe that we need to do things that fuel our soul and serve us, and that it's okay to take time out to do the work that you need to do, so that you can be a better person. You can be a better mom, you can be a better wife, for all those reasons. I say this with exercise as well, and that's why I have created that boundary, that every single day, you know, especially on the weekends, so more so on the weekends where I know my husband is available, but even if not, to kind of make that boundary with myself and to give myself that time to do the work that I do to start my day, because I know how much it helps me and how much I value it and how important it is. And so I make sure to stay committed and be comfortable setting those healthy boundaries. Well, there you have it. Those are my 5 tips on what I incorporate into my life to create a little bit more work-life balance. And it's also really important to kind of figure out what balance means to you. And if you want to have more time with your kids, if you want to have more time at work, if you want to have more time focusing on your spouse, everyone kind of has different priorities. But for me, I found that these tips really help me no matter what stage I'm in my life, and I hope that you find it helpful too. So if you guys are interested in working with me, you guys can check out all the details on my website right here below. And don't forget to like, comment, and hit the subscribe button and the notification for weekly videos. I do post on a weekly basis on practical tips on how we can prioritize self-care and live a guilt-free life that we love. So there you have it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.